Hello everybody, it's Angelique Renee. Just thought I'd step in and say hello. It's been a while since I've done a Facebook Live, and I don't know about you guys, but the kids are back in school, so very exciting. That means that you can start planning your self-care again because now there's a more structured schedule. So for those of you that are just jumping on, go ahead and say hi, send me some hearts. Hi Darlene, hi Oliver. It's been a really long time. I hope all is well up there. So I just wanted to jump in and talk really quick because back to school is always super crazy. And so now is the time that the kids are off to school. You can make time for yourself and finally catch up on all of those things that kind of fell to the wayside over the summer. I know for me, hi Lisa, hi Raquel. I know for me personally, the end of the summer was really busy, and so finally I was able to kind of go and get my mani-pedi, get my hair done, do all of those things that had kind of fallen by the wayside during the summer. And so now I feel like I can kind of rest a little bit if I need to on my days off and go take care of my personal housekeeping. So I'm sure most of you guys can relate, especially those of you that have multiple children. I find that usually after school starts, mom kind of comes to my treatment room and falls in my chair and is just like, oh my gosh. I had somebody come in yesterday and tell me, yes, it was time for me to go and people are still talking. I'm wondering why they're still talking to me. So I knew that that was my cue to try to be as quiet and help them rest and relax as much as possible. But what I wanted to talk about though is deepening your practice. And one thing that I find is that sometimes when I am not on Facebook Live and interactive, it's because I'm being introspective. So sometimes I have to kind of shield myself, especially if things get overwhelming. If I have too many people and too many things and too many tasks and too many activities, sometimes I just need to kind of create some stillness in my life, and I kind of pull away and chip away at everything one by one, little by little, until I clear some space, can take a breath, rest a little bit, and then re-engage. So I'm sure some of you can probably relate to that. Sometimes you need to kind of take a pause for a moment, catch up on what's already on your plate and recharge your batteries a little bit before you do something new. But to take it a step further, some of what you need to realize also is it's a matter of a few different things that come to mind. Number one, anytime that you deepen your practice and you take the best possible care of yourself, anytime that you invest in yourself, anytime that you up-level, everyone else benefits. So I notice that every time that I take my next step in growth and development, anytime I upgrade my environment, I upgrade whether it's my vehicle or whatever it may be, especially for those of us that have children, they reap the benefits. It has a ripple effect. And then of course, if I'm looking and I'm feeling better, I'm better at my work, I'm better at supporting my clients, it has a ripple effect. So it all starts with us, right? And one of the things that you need to do is make sure that you're mindful of your energy, because I look at everything as energetic credit. It's almost like an ATM machine. You can take out so much, but at some point you get overdrawn. So what I've learned is that to take things a step further is that I have to always sit down and evaluate, what am I available for? Like what tasks am I available for? What social activities am I available? What relationships and friendships am I willing to entertain? Because I'm at the stage in my life that if I'm going to entertain friendships and relationships, it has to raise my vibration and really bring joy to my life. And if somebody or something's not bringing joy to my life, then I need to protect my energy and be the guardian of my own self-care. Hey David, good to see you. Oh my gosh, for those of you that are in Orlando, David just hopped on. David's coming to see us in November. I'm super excited. He's going to come do a primal sound healing session for us. So for those of you that want information, if you haven't seen the event yet, please let me know. I want to personally invite you. I'm expecting that this event's going to actually sell out, so get your tickets as early as possible. We're going to have the privilege of having him here for a few days, and he's a world traveler, and I'm a big fan of his work, so definitely plug in and come see us. So that's one of my pleasures, is sound healing. I've really fallen in love with it. I've fallen in love with my prayer and my meditation practice, and sometimes, like I said, if I'm not on social media, it's because I've become introspective and I'm clearing and really just kind of pulling myself back into my body. I'm, if I get scattered, if I feel a little bit off, then I take the time to reconnect and get grounded and present. And so I have many different tools out there. I have several different healers in my world that, and they're always upgrading and they're always learning as well. And so that's the thing. If you have people in your life that you go to as guides and mentors, make sure that they are on the same path of growth and development that you're on, because I have mentors that, yes, they may be ahead of me. However, we're growing at the same pace and the same rate. And the beautiful thing is it's that same ripple effect. If they're growing and I'm in their energetic field, I'm reaping the benefits of their growth and development, and they're passing that along to me, and then I can pass that along, and everybody that's in my energetic field is also going to benefit from that. It's just this huge ripple effect. So, I've become very mindful of, where I spend my time, who I spend my time with. I'm the protector and keeper of my health and my energy. And if relationships don't bring me joy, or friendships are not bringing me joy, then I have to protect that. And you may love people, however, you may need to kind of love them from a distance. You may only be able to, you've got to set healthy boundaries. If the phone rings, if you don't feel like picking up the phone at that moment, then let them know you can talk to them at another time, or let them know when you pick up the phone that you only have a certain amount of minutes that you can allot for that particular phone call. So, everything is about protecting your energy and what am I available for. So, I would just be mindful of that. And, sometimes we get, we have situations that arise, challenges that come up, and especially after this last eclipse season, I've heard so many people say, I feel like I'm just crawling out of the hole. And, sometimes, relationships go through an upheaval, things get turned upside down, and it's a matter of honoring your feelings, knowing that it is normal to feel sad, it is normal to grieve, it is normal to struggle with letting go, and you have to honor that and you have to process that. You can't ignore it, you can't sweep it under the carpet. But what deepening your practice means is that you go through those things and you can honor that cycle within your life, but it's a matter of how long are you going to stay there. Not to rush the process, but to know that this is normal, this is okay, I'm human, and to have the tools of letting go, releasing fixed attention, because sometimes our mind will get fixated on a particular subject and we mull it over and over and over, and it grows and grows and grows. And so we need those tools to release fixed attention, to clear that from our space, to be able to clear our minds, to be able to manage our moods, so that way we can step out of a place of reactivity and choose to respond rather than react. And by choosing to respond, then it's, again, that ripple effect, because reactivity causes knee-jerk reactions, and it just sets off these chain reactions, and next thing you know, you're triggered, somebody else is triggered, somebody else, and it's just this series of events. And sometimes we do get triggered, and if you're a guru, then if you don't get triggered, that's amazing. Congratulations, you've arrived to enlightenment. Many of us are on the path of enlightenment, and it's not to say that we don't get triggered, it's just we don't get triggered as easily, or we can, it's how you recover from those situations. And some of that means forgiving yourself, some of that means forgiving others. There's a lot of different tools that are available, but it's really a matter of getting to a place of wholeness, and being okay with yourself, nothing missing, nothing broken, whole and complete. And, just being in a place of defenselessness, right? Just knowing that you are safe, and that you are whole, and that you are a divine child of God, and that, if you're whole within yourself, then you can really hold that space for others, and that be able to hold the situation in a space to where it serves the greater good for everyone. So that way it doesn't have to spiral out of control and grow into this big thing. What I find is that in those times that you maybe, like some of my clients recently have said, like they feel like they've just kind of stepped out of a hole, it's about recommitting to yourself. And piece by piece, step by step, taking back your self-care. And it's a matter of, okay, you know, it can be something as simple as going and getting your nails done, going and getting your hair done, but also just setting healthy boundaries. I mean, sometimes patterns arise in our lives with relationships and things, and you're like, why is this repeating itself? How am I creating this? Why is it happening again? Well, the beautiful thing is you can look and say, okay, now the red flags are going to go up sooner. I'm going to speak my needs earlier. I'm going to cut ties, you know, and not allow things to happen as long as they do going forward. And it's about blessing the lessons and growing from it all, you know. So, you know, when you come out of that, it's about recommitting to yourself. And so it's been a tough season for people, but however, like, we're kind of on the upswing now. Between now and November 11th, the 11/11 portal's coming. That's huge for activation and manifestation and really just focusing on what you want instead. So it's a matter of, you know, learning what you've learned from the past, you know, kind of closing the chapter on all that old stuff and really focusing your time and attention on what you want instead, what you want going forward. What do I want in 90 days? What do I want a year from now? And when you focus on those things, that is going to call in, that's going to invite, that's going to attract all of those things that you desire, because now you're no longer fixated on the old. And so I'm going through a process right now of recommitting to say, you know, and I'm sure some of you can relate to this. You know, you may run out of a supplement, you maybe have fallen off with your physical activity, whatever that may be. Guess what? You can recommit. Every day we're given a brand new day, right? So you can decide, okay, today is the day where I'm going to choose differently. And so for me, it's a matter of school's back in session and I'm ready to recommit to my physical regimen again. I'm ready to get my schedule going with, you know, my supplementation and make sure that my energy is at the highest possible level and I'm at the highest possible vibration. So that way, everybody that comes and spends time with me in my energetic field is going to benefit from that high vibration, and I will be able to serve them at the highest possible level and teach them how to take care of themselves and give them the tools to step out of reactivity, to release fixed attention, to be able to manage their moods, to be able to set healthy boundaries and to protect their energy, to be able to clear themselves, refill themselves, heal themselves, and do it not only for them but for their families too. So I invite you, if anything that I'm talking about resonates with you, I do have a retreat coming up in October that I'm planning just for 4 women. I only have a couple spaces available, but I'm looking to pull women out of their environment so they can step out of the chaos and really dedicate time to make themselves a priority, because sometimes we need to get out of our local environment in order to hit the reset button, to recharge your batteries and just to focus on all of the shortcuts, the tips and the tricks that you need to basically stop being a cranky reactive spaz, you know, that's running around on your cell phone, trying to take those phone calls, trying to fire off those emails, and meantime you're snapping at your family, you're pushing your spouse away, you know, and like it just doesn't serve anybody, you know. So it's time to dial it back and get yourself grounded, learn a different way. And I always teach the simplest tips and tricks, because the thing is that we are all pressed for time, and the last thing you need is another task on your plate. I have learned how to make it as simple and as quick and easy, whether you're in your car, at your desk, on the road, no matter what, because most women I know that are successful women in business don't have time to sit and stop somewhere to try to meditate for 30 minutes because they're feeling overstressed, overworked, and overwhelmed, right? So I'm bringing in a handful of women just to kind of teach them the simplest possible ways. We're going to have sound healing. We're also going to have yoga. We're going to have other healing modalities available, because my goal is to help anybody that comes into my space release emotional shock and trauma, tension from their body, stress, really just melt away all of that stress and leave it all behind, so that way we can clear them and refill them and teach you how to implement simple rituals in your daily life that will help keep you present, grounded, and connected going forward, so you can be be better for your work and for your spouse and for your family. So I would just invite you, if what I talk about resonates with you, certainly reach out to me, but I'll be keeping you guys in the loop as far as what my rededication is looking like. I'm super excited because I've picked up yoga. I just really want to get super consistent with it. I love hot yoga. I sweat. It's super productive. And so now that school's back in session, I can say, these are the days I am committing, and then I'm going to fill in the gaps with other simple things along the way, because I'm just not one to get in the gym and like bang it out. Like some of my friends do that, and that's super awesome, but it's just not really my thing. So it's a matter of getting a handle on what works for you, what is in alignment with your lifestyle, what fits, and just run with it. So that way it's not another task. It's your outlet. It's your stress relief. It's your enjoyment. And then, 30, 60, 90 days later, you look and feel better about yourself, right? That's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be complicated. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. Hi, Michelle. It's been a long time. Definitely, if you're catching the replay, hit #replay. Shoot me your comments. Message me if anything I talk about resonates with you, and if you want to connect at a deeper level. I'm here to hold sacred space for you and to support you on your journey. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Bye.